When you are handed the key to a new Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick or GMC, rev up your imagination. Think of all the places you can go in some of the most stylish, best quality cars available on the market today. Feel confident driving vehicles with superb dependability and safety ratings. And smile. You saved a ton of money because you bought at Bill Jackson. Let the only thing holding you back be the end of the road. A Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC vehicle will not only change your life, it saves you money like nowhere else.
Why buy from Pike County Ford? We live local. Troy is our home, so you'll always be dealing with hometown folks who are all about Troy. We'll beat any legitimate written offer you bring in, so you know you're getting the best deal guaranteed. And no matter what you buy from Pike County Ford, you can always count on the best service before and after the sale. Bottom line, you get good people, a better product, and the best deal, guaranteed. Pike County Ford in Troy, never too far for a far better deal.
At Cost Plus 10%, we offer your favorite brands at the best price. At Piggly Wiggly, we keep it simple. We price our products at cost, then add 10% at checkout. We carry all your favorite name brand foods, and we accept manufacturer coupons. Find us on Facebook and see our weekly specials.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance, whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies. Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance needs.
A personal touch. A high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Our community is the driving force behind our stores. Our commitment to you has been our #1 priority for over 30 years. Whether it is providing quality, fresh, local, and affordable products or aiding local schools, churches, and charities, Piggly Wiggly is here for you.
Good morning and welcome to Today in LA and Pike County Ford's Picks of the Week. Yours truly, Mike Amos, along with Mike Amos and with Neil Armstrong. And we're going to be giving you or at least I'm going to be telling you exactly who's going to win this weekend in high school and college football. Of course, the Gurus, Neil won last week, and so we get a new, I don't know, it seems like a new winner every week, but right now I think, Neil, you might have won more than anybody else so far. So
I don't know.
Steak supper looks like, do you want your, how do you want your steak?
Medium well.
Medium well.
Medium well.
And of course, last night Troy wins. So
37-20.
And
I don't know what the latest is on Barker. Of course, he didn't play after the first quarter last night. He was putting up huge numbers.
First play from scrimmage, I reckon. He went 70-something yards for got run down right at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, he threw for, I think, 9 for 10 for 136 and was over 100 yards rushing before he got injured. And then, of course, Troy's linebacker, Folsom, who's one of the best players on the team, got hurt as well.
Cheap shot, too.
Yeah, and then Crowder.
Y'all right over there in front of you?
Yeah. No, I was actually working the home side when that happened.
Oh, was you?
And it happened right in front of the Georgia State bench.
Yeah.
But the replay, they didn't show it but just a half a second, but it was a cheap shot. You know, it was a fair catch kickoff.
Yeah.
And he got ear-holed.
Did they throw the flag?
Did not. And, you know, I kept thinking that the replay officials would administratively administer a targeting call, but they did not.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, it was several calls that I couldn't understand.
But then Crowder, our starting guard, he's been starting for 3 years, gets hurt as well. So Troy, I don't know how these guys will recover. You know, they've got 8 or 9 days to get ready for a really good high-scoring Liberty team. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in these next few weeks.
But I tell you what was impressive. Our starting quarterback went out with what seemed to be a tweaked ankle, and Sawyer didn't look ready to throw the ball down the field.
Not at all.
And we went to the running game and just ran it and ran it and ran it and put the game away.
Mm-hmm.
That was impressive to be able to do that with a
no
second
question
string.
about
To
it.
lean on an offensive line who's a three-year starting guard without, and be able to run it like that was impressive.
And I'm going to tell you this, and I hate to say it, but, the guy did wrong, and those folks that got suspended, we don't need you. Man, we got number 26. He is a real deal. He got
78 yards late.
He had to have 200 yards in that game.
No,
I'll go
140.
ahead and,
140.
Henderson's no longer suspended.
He's not. Was he on the sideline?
He's not on the team any longer.
Oh, he is gone.
He's gone.
Oh, okay.
So they got rid of all those sour grapes and
Man,
rotten
that is
apples.
that is a sad story from a
It
kid
is a
out of
sad
high
story.
school that was maybe one of the best running backs I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, he dominated Charles Henderson with 360 yards.
Well, his
on
senior year he gained
With a
3,600.
Division I linebacker ready to tackle him.
Yeah.
He
Richard McBride.
set a Alabama State high school record for rushing 3,600 yards in 1 year.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I think he was redshirted at
Had
Memphis.
a tremendous life ahead of him if he wanted it.
Well, he's not done. I mean, he's got a year left of eligibility. I don't know what he'll do. I don't know if he'll try to transfer to 1AA and play immediately or what will happen. But
Yeah.
Troy's got to move on.
Kind of similar incident was Isaiah Crowell at Georgia.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
he ended up at Alabama State. Now he's playing for the Cleveland
That's
Browns.
right.
Yeah, making a lot of
Exactly
money.
right.
Yep.
He still has a chance.
Unfortunately for anybody out there, Vegas was right on the money last night. The line was 17, and 2 late touchdowns by Georgia State last night. A lot of people are probably upset, especially when they went for 2 and made it late.
So they didn't win the money then. Is that
The
right?
line was 17. So
Isn't it just amazing
It really is.
how the sports handicappers at those casinos in Las Vegas can get so close on the over-unders and so close a lot of times on the outcomes of the games? It's just amazing to me.
Of course, this show is brought to you by Pike County Ford, located on the bypass here in Troy. And
that's the first time I get to see this hat live.
We're hoping that
Don't take it with you now.
We're hoping that Ricky will call in, but if not, I'll
You wear the cap the whole
I'll
show?
do his scores for him. And
Ricky was making a 7.5-hour trek over to Marshall, Texas.
that's right. And,
He said it's I-20 the whole way once you get out of the state of Alabama.
Okay.
that's right, no question
Well,
about
it must
it.
be right on the line then. It's only 7.5. That's not too bad.
Yeah,
is it?
no. Well, he's on the other side of Dallas, so.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But of course, we appreciate all the great people at Pike County Ford, and they've got some great deals right now going on, and especially on used cars. You take your car in, and they're gonna give you double the
Trade-in.
Double the
trade
value.
in. Boy, you can't beat that. I promise you.
Ooh, I'm
Tell you what, the Braves got killed last night.
They
If
sure
anybody
did.
out there is a
6-0,
big Braves
wasn't
fan, yeah.
What happened? What
They
happened?
gave up 3 home runs. Their ace pitcher, Fulton Evans, only made it through 2 innings, and the Dodgers,
And the Dodgers did not start their ace due to rest issues.
yeah, Kershaw.
Kershaw's going tonight. I mean,
Yeah,
I
they're in
was
trouble.
hoping that the Braves throwing Fulte and then them throwing their number 2 or 3 pitcher, that we might be able to win that first
Yeah.
game. And then the statistics are in our favor. Whoever wins the first game wins the series like
Right.
68% of the time.
The Yankees, of course, they won their game, didn't they? Is that right?
They,
Yes,
they
sir.
wanted to get in.
Oh, to get in,
Playoffs,
yeah. So they're in the playoffs. When they start, do you know?
Tonight.
Okay, so that's going to be
Yeah, I
good.
got a bunch of friends in Birmingham that are getting together and watch the
But
Braves.
we got a
so-
lot of great games tonight. I'm trying to decide on which one I'm going to go. Y'all going to do, you and Wiley going to do the...
We're going to run down to Greenville and
Greenville game.
film the Charles Henderson versus Greenville game, big area matchup. I would go ahead and say Charles Henderson's underdog big time in that game, but
Yeah.
they were 2 years ago when Greenville was
sure
undefeated. And we beat
yeah.
them.
And of course, Charles
I
Henderson
mean, when
got
you say this,
players.
once you say this is a must-win for Charles Henderson, I would guess.
It is, I would.
In the
Yeah,
area?
yeah.
I
You,
would.
of course, you got to be in the top 4 to make it to the playoffs, and of course, it is a big game, no question about it. And a lot of times you have to depend on other teams putting off upset. But
Yeah.
right now in that region, I know you got Greenville, you've got Beauregard, you got Tallahassee. Are they in all
Tallahassee,
regions? And Carroll are.
Carroll and Valley.
Oh, it's gonna be tough.
Oh, that's brutal.
Sure is, no question about it. All right, and of course, I want to remind everybody that this week's feature game will be the Luverne Tigers against the Goshen Eagles. That game's going to be played in Goshen, And the game will appear live right here on Channel 2, starting at around 6:45, and kickoffs at 7 o'clock. I saw Coach Riles last night.
Did you?
Had a big smile on his face. Of course, Luverne's off to as good a start as anybody around. Bud, if you want to call in this morning, we'd love to hear from you. And of course, he gives us a lot of analysis on especially the Crenshaw County teams. And boy, look at them right now where they stand. You got Luverne, you got Highland Home, you got Brantley, and you got Crenshaw Christian. Those are 4 pretty good football teams right
Highland
there.
Home hadn't lost but one.
Yeah, Coach Coggins has done a good job there.
But now he comes from big-time football, doesn't he, Mike?
Yeah, he coached at Wetumpka.
Wetumpka,
Yeah,
yeah.
He's got Will Pounce as defense coordinator. Will is the Elba.
Yeah,
and
I
Charles
like
Henderson.
Will.
Yep.
He's a good guy. No
Of course, his
question
dad's
about
the superintendent of the Board of Education in Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah, that's right. Sure
for
is.
Jefferson County.
No question about it. Of course, again, Troy wins. Troy wins. What final score? 37 or 38 to 20.
37 to 20.
20 and
I think he played well. Also, is that Wisenhunt kid out of Ramsey? He's really starting to play well at linebacker.
And he got dinged up a little bit there.
What number is he? 40
Got
something.
back in there.
He's 25.
Oh, okay.
Of course, Marshall, the linebacker, the walk-on from McGill, who'd been starting in the middle. I don't even know if he played.
Yeah.
He might have been injured as well.
But I tell you what,
I don't know.
now of course 5 did well, but 26 Smith really looked good. Do you remember when he was at Stanhope?
I do.
And, did he show out at Stanhope?
We beat him. Mike Dean was
Yeah,
there
that's
for
right.
in there. We beat him when he was the senior there.
Yeah.
And they were bad. They only won like 1 or 2 games the entire year.
Well,
They just the poor guy just must not
When
have
he
had
broke
no line at all.
clean, ladies and gentlemen, when he broke clean late in the ball game, it was like he just mashed down the accelerator. I
Yep.
mean, he just bang.
Yep.
I mean, just exploded away from all the other guys. I said,
did.
well, he'll be caught. Shoot, he wasn't going to be caught.
Well, the free safety had a shot to tackle him, and he just shed him.
He ended up in there about 10 yards or more, but I
Troy had
love
two-
that explosion.
Troy had 2 long runs that didn't make it in the end zone. Smith got ran down
that's
at
right.
the quarterback, and then Barker got ran down about the 3-yard line.
That's right.
You know, everybody was telling me on TV, Alford dropped a sure touchdown pass on that interception.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, literally, I saw it last time. He had it like this. All he had to do was bring it in. It went down on his arm, and the guy intercepted the ball at the 1-yard line.
Yeah,
Hey, I agree with your
you.
dad, though, Mike. We were talking before we went on the air. Barker let up at about the 9-yard line.
Yeah,
he
he's
didn't,
looking
think,
back.
he
Looking
didn't think
around.
anybody was chasing him.
I
Yeah.
know.
That's
That would
crazy.
have been one of
scored.
the longest touchdowns in Troy history.
So you think it's his ankle, though?
That's what your dad said.
That's what I've heard.
I'm not
What
sure.
happened to you last night? Did you raid a Chick-fil-A box of some players or something? There's Chick-fil-A all over the house.
Oh yeah, that's what we were serving over at the alumni
Oh,
house.
I thought that's where the players' boxes were.
No.
You know, I walked home last night, so I had to walk behind the new.
Wonder if somebody did knock you in
Arena?
the head, son.
Yeah, I had to walk around. No, not the arena. I walked around the old field house. So I go back there and I'm around all the Georgia State buses, and there's like probably 200 Chick-fil-A boxes. That's what they look just like.
That's what they fed the Georgia.
Chick-fil-A has made a killing off Troy football. You're exactly right, because it's so easily boxed. They give you probably those players probably got 2 of them. Probably got 2 sandwiches.
So I walked down the practice field, up this new little ramp on the practice field, and then of course down George Wallace by the Charles Henderson. Then horribly had to go walk up Crow Hill, and I was just drenched in sweat.
Yeah,
Well, that was good for you.
And I got there, and Houston was losing to Tulsa in the 4th quarter. McElroy was doing the game, and they're up by Tulsa's up by 2 in the 4th. And then the next thing I know, I come back out after grabbing something to drink, and Houston's up 41-26. So I don't know what the final is in that game. Line was 17.
That's amazing. No
I was
question
watching
about it.
Tom Brady throw his 500th touchdown pass last night.
They
It was
win.
just
Did they
incredible.
win?
They won big, yeah.
I
Over
tell
the
you
Colts.
what, he's a winner. Man, if they ever was one. They beat the Colts.
Yeah, they were 10-point favorites and covered easily.
Oh man,
It's good to see Andrew Luck back this year, though.
yeah, no
Yeah.
question about it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're waiting for Ricky, but we'll just catch him later, and I'm gonna sort of help him out a little bit here. And we're gonna start picking teams. Of course, Enterprise goes to Central of Phoenix City And Central, I think, is the number 1 or 2 team in 7A, or 6, 7A.
There's no doubt they're one of the top 3 teams in the entire state, no matter what A you talk about.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jamie DeBose is one of the greatest coaches Charles Henderson ever had for a spring.
That's right. He was the head coach of Charles Henderson for 2 months.
He was here for 2 months.
I wonder how good Charles Henderson would be today.
They'd be better than they are, I
They'd be
promise.
pretty good.
I'll take Central over Enterprise.
Same here.
How about you, Mike?
I mean, that's the easy
And,
one, Central.
Ricky will be the same way.
I don't think Enterprise has won since they beat Charles Henderson.
Charles Henderson at Greenville, and of course this is a big area game for Charles Henderson. And I was watching some film on them recently, and where they were using the second quarterback and then moving DQ Tony to the wide receiver. Tony is a big-time college prospect at wide receiver.
He was getting some looks before he went back to quarterback.
Of course, he's a good quarterback too, but this young quarterback. Doesn't it sort of make Charles Henderson more balanced if he plays outside some?
Well, at times it sure looks like it.
Can the guy get in the ball, though?
Yeah, he's pretty.
Yeah, he can throw it. This guy can throw it now. He really can. You know,
I watched Charles Henderson. I guess it was Beauregard.
Yeah.
Was that homecoming?
Yeah, that's right.
Defensively, it looks like it's what Charles Henderson needs to work on more than anything.
I'll tell you what, Beauregard can throw it with anybody. It really look good. Who do you like here, Neil?
Well, I bleed orange and blue. I'm a Trojan through and through, and I'll be down there rooting on the Trojans tonight every single snap of the game. But I'm also a realist. And Greenville's just going to be too much for Charles Henderson tonight.
Ricky would be politically correct here.
He would.
And so I'm going to let him take Charles Henderson, but I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to take Greenville to win the game.
Yeah, I've met Coach McClendon a few times. I know he was a golfer at Troy University and at Jack State. And
that is the
mayor of Greenville. And I tell you, Greenville's got unbelievable facilities. They got an indoor practice facility at Greenville as well. Sure. I tell you, I'm the same way with Neil. I'm born and raised in Troy, went to Charles Henderson, and I know Brad well. I've known him since college, but he's trying to rebuild a program, and he's having a tough time doing it right now. It looks like. I'll take Greenville.
Yeah, and Charles Henson's not bad. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they didn't play them straight up, and they played Greenville pretty well the last couple of years. Isn't that right?
Oh yes, sir. Greenville was undefeated, and we spoiled their undefeated season just recently.
All right, Headland at Alabama Christian. Headland is much improved,
and they're undefeated. And I'm going with Headland. I'll take the Rams.
So who's this quarterback you said they recruited?
Well, the Alabama Christian's got a big, tall quarterback, 6'5" guy.
I thought you were talking about Headland recruited a guy.
Oh, they got a guy from the private schools that's not playing for them, So.
I'll take Alabama Christian at home.
Okay. All right, Neil.
They beat Pike County, don't they?
Neil, who you like here? You like Headland?
I'll take Headland to stay undefeated.
I'm going to take Alabama Christian at home.
Coach Raines, I've met him a few times at Headland. He's a really nice guy. He actually bought some Nike pants from me.
Okay, Luverne at Goshen, and this is your game of the week. As far as Troy Cable goes, they'll be bringing you this game live from Eagle Stadium in Goshen. Mike, who do you like here?
I'll tell you, Luverne's really impressed me this year. I think this is their best team since Coach Riles has been there, and I know Goshen's had 15 seniors last year and
16.
I know Snyder does a good job down there, but I like Luverne in this game.
You're right. As much as I love Bart Snyder, I'm gonna have to go with Luverne here. And well, you know what? My buddy would be politically correct, so Ricky takes Goshen.
Ricky.
I would imagine there's more people from Luverne that buy cars at Pike County Ford than
Ricky.
Goshen.
Well, maybe so. You're right.
And Luverne's what? 20
Either
miles?
way, you're right. Either way.
Why don't you just say it's gonna be a tie?
You're right. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna take Luverne. All right, here we go. Both of us took Luverne. Zion Chapel at Highland home. Zion Chapel's been beating some people lately, but
they're 3-2, the best record they've had in 13 years.
I know it. Isn't that something?
Yep.
Who do you like here, Mike?
Yeah, I think Coach Waters had the best team I think like 13 years ago, and he went 8-3 at Zion Chapel, which if you go 8-3 at Zion Chapel, you ought to be able to get any job in the state of Alabama.
Yeah.
I mean, Randy Bryant's trying to build a program down there too, but he's nowhere close to beating good teams yet. I mean, I'll take Highland home big.
Highland home in a big way.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna take them too, and I would think that Ricky would take them too. And
I want to give a big shout out to my buddy Noah Lowry down there coaching the quarterbacks.
That's right, yeah.
And he has done a wonderful job with the quarterbacks down at Highland at Zion Chapel. But I'm a realist. I'm like Mike. You know, Highland home big.
Well, I'll tell you what, Noah, Charles Henderson would have helped out this year probably.
Yeah.
I will tell you this about Noah. If he had been 3 inches taller, he'd been playing college ball somewhere. What do you think? He could throw it with anybody, don't you agree?
He had a great arm.
I mean, how in the world is there a Lowry, that Mitchell kid at Kansas State, that's 6'5"? I can't get over that.
That's the Mitchell side of the thing.
Yeah.
It must be.
Let Michael tell you a story. Neil, you probably could add to this, but ladies and gentlemen, Michael told me a story about a young man that played basketball and football, wide receiver at Charles Henderson 2 years ago. And tell us about it, Mike.
Well, I mean, I was just reading up about the kid because I remember you were telling me about him and what a great shot blocker he was when he played for Shelby Tuck. And his name's Josh Roberts. Yeah. So apparently he leaves Charles Henderson, goes to a prep academy down in Florida.
It is, Neil.
And now he's signed with St. John's, which is one of the big traditional basketball programs in the Big
East team, St. John's.
Chris Mullins, the head coach, Mitch Richmond, which is one of the greatest players of all time also, is an assistant coach. But this kid is going to be playing his games at Madison Square Garden.
And this guy played at Charles Henderson High School. You remember what a great shot blocker he was?
Yes, sir.
You know, and he was a great receiver. He could play college football, too. He was a good receiver. And somebody grabs him and takes him down there. This is a Troy kid playing at St. Hey, he would have been a great player for Troy if they would.
I'll tell you another one. Kelshawn Campbell transferred to Park Crossing and is being highly recruited out of Park Crossing.
And he was a big, tall guy too, isn't he?
And he's a tight end a tight end. Slash receiver tight end guy, and he is really getting it done at Park Crossings. And Charles Henderson really could have used him this year.
Oh yeah, no question.
So he was on the team last year.
Yeah, Kelshawn Campbell. He's
that's amazing. Those two players, and boy, wouldn't it have been great if he
he's about big guy. He's about 6'4".
Wow.
Yeah, and go up and get it, no question about it. Of course, you know that's the way things happen sometimes, and. You know, kids grow a little bit. This kid probably grew a couple of inches too, don't you think?
Yes, sir. He probably will.
I mean,
I didn't realize the Roberts kid. He's 6'9", 210. I mean, that's what you're looking for in college.
No question about it.
Yeah.
Okay, Providence. This is going to be a great game. It's going to be played at Pike County High School Bulldog Stadium. Providence at Pike County. You're talking about a big-time game. This is going to be a good one. Kenny Keith, former Charles Henderson, Ian is the head coach of the undefeated Providence team against once beaten Pike County.
Yeah, Kenny Keith played on the 1980 state championship team at Charles Henderson as a wide receiver. And but I don't think Providence will go undefeated this year. They're good and they look good. But this will be a difficult road game for Providence. That is a tough atmosphere to play in down in Brundage. And just because it's home field advantage and the home cooking and home field and the atmosphere, I'll take Pike County.
I'll tell you something about Pike County is you can depend on one thing. They're going to get after you.
They're going to knock your chin strap off.
They're a physical football team.
Anonymous.
Good morning. You're on today in L.A. How you doing?
Hey, Mike. It's Will Matthews. What's
Will
up
Matthews.
Good morning, Judge Matthews.
Will, I ran into your second wife last night.
Did you really?
Boy, how did you let her go, man? She's a pretty thing.
Will, I'm in live in studio today. I was concerned about your dog, but everything's okay now?
You know, the dog never left my house.
I know you were claiming that somebody had stole it, so I was trying to see if I could help you out.
Well, there was no way for her to get out. But she got behind the air conditioning unit and got trapped in a little space that was surrounded by electric fence.
Wow.
And So she was just trapped, and she was there for 7 hours because my security cameras saw her leave at 11:30 in the morning. I got home about 4:30 and never saw her. So, you know, we looked everywhere. I mean, I thought she was gone.
How old a dog is she, Will?
She's 5.
Yeah, okay.
And the other dog's 7. The other dog was there. And, you know, it was kind of strange, but we found her, and she's okay. And, you know, it's one of those deals.
Well, that's something.
I've had to go put a brick bat out there in front of that little hole in that place where she was, but it was really strange. I didn't know there was a place you could go and get stuck, but she was trying to get out, I think.
Okay. Well, we're so glad everything worked out. Will Matthews calling from Ozark of Dothan this morning. Will, I was looking at your predictions. They're pretty good. They're pretty good predictions.
Yeah, I was proud of Troy last night. I just hope their quarterback's not hurt too bad.
Did you watch any of it on TV?
Yeah, I watched the whole game.
That first quarterback's pretty impressive, isn't he?
He's very good. And without him, they were just a different team.
Yeah, I was surprised how Smith struggled.
He had some big plays, but he struggled quite a bit too.
I was surprised during the game when Georgia State went for 2, when it was, I think it was 20-something to 12, whatever it was, and maybe it was 28-12, something like that. Anyway, the announcer said, well, that 2-point not getting that is a meaningful thing for a lot of people in the world.
Yeah, we've already talked about that this morning.
Yeah.
The line was 17. It was 30-12, and then Troy goes and scores a 75-yard touchdown. They go up 37-12, but then give up a late touchdown, and they go for 2 and push.
Well, you know who chuckles all the way back? You're right. That gave Georgia State fans, at least they didn't win the money on us, whatever.
Right.
Well, I'm sure most people had a half point either way.
Yeah. Last night, your Mountain Brook beat Oak Mountain 21-0. Prattville beat Leo Montgomery 35-22. Mike can turn around and
Mountain Brook's high school's right behind my house.
Right behind his house, and he can go through the woods if he'll do it, but he's worried about snakes.
No, I don't know.
Will, what's going on today? You want to give us your picks of the week?
I gave you 6 yesterday.
Yeah, and I like
Dad says you like Vandy. You think Vandy's going to cover that line?
Yes.
Huh.
I do. I think Georgia's going to be looking ahead to LSU, and they're not going to want to, do too much.
Well, give them to us again. Do you have them right at you?
I wrote them down yesterday. Let me look real quick. See if I can find
I've got them somewhere, but
Vandy was one of them. Yeah, I've got them. Let's see. Vandy was one. Texas against Oklahoma getting 8.
How many points was Vandy getting? 27 points.
27. I like LSU, and the line there is 1 now.
Yeah.
Going down. The world is on Florida.
I wonder why.
I'm picking Florida too. I just don't think LSU's undefeated. They're gonna stumble somewhere.
I think they'll stumble and play Alabama.
Besides Alabama, they'll stumble somewhere besides Alabama.
Okay.
I think Georgia will beat them next week. I like FSU against Miami. They're getting 2 touchdowns. That's a lot. I like A&M against Kentucky. I think Kentucky finally is going to wake up and lose.
And Kentucky A&M's given 6. Is that right? -6.
Yeah. And then I like Washington to blow out UCLA. I think UCLA is horrible.
Yeah, Chip Kelly's having a tough time this first season.
Yeah.
Well, you know you're having a tough time when the quarterback's dad goes on Twitter and starts talking about the program and the coach. Yes. Tell you what, man, it's a crazy world.
What is that? What is that Washington line? 21 Washington to 21.
20. Yeah, 20.
Okay.
But I think they'll beat them 30 or 40 points. It'll be bad.
You lag one more. You got Vandy, LSU, Florida State,
Texas,
and Texas. You like Texas against Oklahoma?
Yeah, they're getting 8 points. That game's always close.
Well, I don't know about that.
Dad claims he's got tickets to the Mississippi State Auburn game. Will, why don't you go with him?
Yeah, you ought to go with me.
I'm headed to Atlanta. I'm going to a party tonight in Atlanta, so I'm gonna be going tonight.
You going to Buckhead?
I am going to Marietta, Georgia.
Yeah, that's a pretty place. I've been there a few times.
Yep.
We appreciate.
I may drift over to Athens tomorrow to see Vandy in Georgia. I may do that. I haven't decided yet.
Yeah, you can probably get in cheap over there if you don't have any tickets, Judge.
They would be giving tickets away to that.
It's gonna be 91 degrees.
They released 540 balloons yesterday at Troy University, and at $100 each, that's pretty good fundraising.
Yeah.
And
figure out how much that is.
To raise money for the Troy Regional Medical Center. Of course, we'll.
$54,000. That's $54,000.
Yeah, that's right.
Pretty good.
It is a good fundraiser.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Of course, Will Matthews with the Matthews law firm.
Troy's schedule, I think if that quarterback's not hurt, they can run the table.
Who you talking about, Troy?
They got to go to Georgia Southern and to Appalachian State. It's going to be pretty tough. Appalachian State's really good.
I want to go to that App State game.
But Troy's got good numbers, what I like. They've got pretty good, guys behind them that'll play hard. That's key.
Troy's depth's incredible.
Sawyer Smith is not bad. He just needs reps. Maybe last night.
Well,
maybe he got the reps.
And Will, I don't know if you saw the pass late. He threw a perfect pass right in the guy's hands for a touchdown.
Willis.
And
Willis is emerging, isn't he?
And another thing, remember Troy? They held Troy on downs on the 1 yard line.
That's right.
And
actually, hey Mike, it was like 3rd and 1 from the 1, and then 3rd and a half, 4th and 1 from the 1.
That's right.
Yeah, well, what about a quarterback sneak? I mean,
I was just
do that
say
anymore?
that, Mike.
I know it.
I am not anybody to question our offensive schematics, but it just crawls.
All they got to do is penetrate.
It just crawls my skin for the ball to be on the 2-inch yard line and snap it back to the 5.
That's right.
I mean,
that's the thing about a spread offense. You gotta do something different when you get inside the 10.
Yeah. Of course,
or something like that. You can do a wildcat, or you can do like when you get that close, you would think the quarterback could sneak in.
Put the quarterback under center.
Were you flipping back and forth? You watching with the Patriots and Brady?
I did, and Brady does not have the zip on the ball, and yet he's throwing to wide open receivers all the time, and he throws it up. That one pass to the guy that was at Cleveland, that 50-yarder, he throws it up in the air, and he goes up against 3 guys and catches it.
Yeah, Josh Gordon.
All right, Will, you're welcome to hold on and pick some of these games with us. You want to do that?
I can stay a little bit.
Okay.
It kind of reminds me of Peyton Manning in his last year or two, where he lost his arm strength, but he could still throw it to a spot.
You're exactly right.
He knew, and Peyton, I'll tell you this, Peyton was experienced, and he wouldn't turn the ball over. But last night, Brady threw two picks, I think, and they had but none of them were his fault. No. The guy would catch the ball and drop it, and somebody would, pick it off.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Pike County to beat Providence.
All right, Pike County to beat Providence here. And Providence is undefeated. A private school right there in Dothan.
Providence is loaded.
I'm going to take Providence myself. I'm going to take Providence. Ricky's going to take Pike County.
I like Providence.
Poor Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky's going to take Pike County.
I tell you, Kenny Keefe's done a good job recruiting players down there, it seems like. Really they've come out of nowhere.
Well, Houston Academy has gone down where they used to get a lot of good players, and Providence has taken those. I think they're getting a lot of those kids.
I thought somebody told me last night, though, that Riggs has done a pretty good job down there the first year. Riggs has won over 300 games.
They paying him big money to coach there. You know that?
I heard he's making like $80,000 to coach high school football.
Well, I heard he's making $100,000.
We've heard him making more than that. But he's a good coach, no question.
You add his retirement from the other job.
Yeah, I was going to say he's already drawing RSA money.
That's right.
Yeah, so you add that to 80, and that's way over 100.
I'm ready to draw my RSA money, Judge Matthews.
Okay, Pike Liberal Arts is undefeated, playing at Fort Dale, and
this is going to be the game.
And I'll tell you this right now.
This is the rivalry.
Pike will dominate this game. I'll take Pike Liberal.
I'll take Pike Lib as well. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, I saw Byron Carter last night. Of course, he played quarterback at Pike Liberal Arts, and his son's a wide receiver, and he told me they have a really good team, so I'll go with Pike Lib.
Okay, Rehoboth at Ozark. Carroll of Ozark, Will's alma mater. The red and the white, Will.
Saw Coach Suber last night.
They'll name the score. Carroll High beat them 30 or 40 points.
Yeah, I agree.
I think so too.
Rehoboth is not that good.
I'll take Ozark.
Okay.
What about this one coming up right here? Listen to this one.
Brantley at Elba.
Ooh.
But Elba is just a much better football team than Brantley. I'll take Brantley in a big way. I mean, Elba in a big way.
I mean, Brantley almost beat Lou Byrne last week, though.
Yeah, I'll take Elba in a big way. Elba.
I'll take Pate Harrison.
And I tell you what, he's hard-nosed now.
Elba's tough. Elba's tough over there in that hole.
Yeah, the Elba, they keep the great offensive
well,
line coach.
I'll tell you how bad it was. There was so much water on the ground that they canceled the whole ball game.
Last Friday.
And they're not going to play it back either. Because
it wasn't a region.
That's right.
Come on, G.W. Long.
But you know what? G.W. Long coach had to smile. Because he was fixing to get whipped and whipped bad.
I'll take Elba as well.
It's almost like, I'll give you a perfect description. It's like going into the principal's office and he's fixing to wear you out with a big old paddle. And his wife called and said, honey, come home. There's a snake in the garage.
Get out of jail free card.
Get out of jail free card. Will Matthews calling in from Dothan this morning.
We got one more high school game.
All right, everybody takes Elba?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Arrington at Abbeville, and Abbeville's becoming a very popular school on this show.
You mean Arrington?
Arrington, excuse me. Arrington against Abbeville. Abbeville's got a good football team, but I like this Arrington team. I'm going to take Arrington and coach Gilcrease.
I like Chuck Dunn and I like Stephen Gilcrease, but I think they lose. I'm
taking Abbeville as well. Abbeville's only lost one game, and that was at Pike County. And Arrington has to go to Abbeville, and being over in Henry County, I'll take Abbeville.
There's a kid named Peavy at Arrington that is quite a football player. And he was at the ball game last night. I didn't get to see him, but everybody's talking about him. Okay, that's the high school games this week. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with more of today's Picks of the Week, brought to you by Pike County Ford on the Bypass.
Trojan Auto Parts of Troy, home of Napa Know-How. Stop by and see owners Mike and Melissa Gilcrease and their Napa Know-How team with over 100 years of combined experience. We're the only locally owned parts store in Pike County, and we're fully stocked and ready to serve you. We pride ourselves on being your go-to parts store, not only for the simple items, but we specialize in those hard-to-find items as well. Trojan Auto Parts, the right part at the right price at the right time. Napa, a name you've trusted here in Troy since 1945.
Come visit Troy Nissan with a new modern look and same great staff. We are dedicated to providing you with an excellent customer experience. Shop us online at www.troynissaninc.com. Free oil changes for life on all new vehicles. Thanks for being a part of our family. Troy Nissan.
At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we support our military. That's right, not a $1,000 sign-on bonus, but $1,200 sign-on bonus at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Thanks for your service. Thanks for your service. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we support our military.
If you've had an accident or just want a new look for your vehicle, come see us at Troy Paint and Body, where we do it right the first time. Our staff has more than 100 years combined experience and can handle repairs and paint work on any make or model. We also offer a lifetime guarantee as long as you own your vehicle. Now that shows we stand behind our work. And our 24-hour towing service means we're here when you need us. So come see us at Troy Paint and Body, located on South Brundage Street in Troy beside the post office. Troy Paint and Body, where we may meet by accident, but you'll be glad we did.
When it comes to surgical services, Troy Regional Medical Center offers state-of-the-art equipment.
Hey there, I'm Dr. Gill. Here in Troy, our team works together to provide you state-of-the-art colonoscopies and upper endoscopies. Troy Regional Medical Center is one of 3 hospitals in the entire state that uses the newest Fuse endoscopy system. This provides an expanded split-screen view. Your surgeon and staff using the newest technology for all your colonoscopy needs.
Troy Regional Medical Center. Remarkable people, remarkable...
The booking line.
Boy, of course, we're back to our show brought to you by Pike County Bank.
Pike County Ford. When is Pike County Bank coming back?
I don't know,
We need to call Ken Harrison.
But let me just say this.
Buck Coley worked there too.
Let me just say this. We're talking about Pike County Ford on the bypass, and you go by there, they've got these hats free. All you got to do is just come by and
you're
take
talking
a look
about
at one
F-150 trucks. You're talking about Explorers, Expeditions.
Test drive will get you a hat, I think.
And I think if you just ask them for it, they give you a hat. If you just come by to see them, and we appreciate them being a very solid sponsor on our show.
All right, our first game is Georgia State against Troy. Who's going to win it?
Georgia State by 17.
And we got to pick the score.
No, we're gonna pick another one. We'll use another one. Maybe. See what we'll do. The Auburn Mississippi State as a tiebreaker. Okay. All right, Will. Georgia Tech at Louisville. Who do you like?
Well, that is an absolute stinker game there. I got to think Georgia Tech will beat them.
Boy, that's good coffee.
Yeah, Paul Johnson's trying to keep his job, and people even are talking about Petrino. They're not happy with him anymore at Louisville.
Both are rebuilding years.
You would think Georgia Tech would be tired of this offense he's running,
that's
really.
why they hired him, though. They can't get tired of it.
Yeah.
I mean, they knew what they were getting when they hired him,
Yeah,
right?
I know it, but, I mean, it's not working out very good for him right now.
This year,
I mean, people normally don't want to play him because they get chop blocked
Yeah.
going in.
That's right. They do a lot of that, don't they? You're exactly right. They probably get more of that than anybody. I'll take Tech to beat Louisville. Who do y'all like?
Everybody like Tech, I think.
I think if everybody's taking Tech, I'm gonna take the Cardinals.
The Cardinals. And, of course, the young...
Louisville choked it away against Florida State last week.
The young man that transferred from to Troy from Louisville is no longer on the team either. Is that right?
Samuels, yeah.
So both those guys are no longer on Troy's team.
Transfer and Samuel, yeah.
Okay, South Alabama playing at Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern fixing to wear them out, I'm afraid.
I took Georgia Southern.
I'm taking Georgia Southern. How about you, Will?
Georgia Southern.
Yeah, Coach Campbell's having a tough first season at South Alabama.
I hated that they're starting to come around. You know, they hired this guy that had never been a head coach. Isn't that right, Mike?
At Georgia Southern, yeah.
At Georgia Southern. And but you know what? He runs the option, and this other coach was getting away from the option, and he lost his job.
My old buddy.
That's right.
My old college buddy and golfing buddy, Jeremy Riles up there.
Yeah, he sure is. Sure is a good coach.
Jeremy's a really good coach.
All right, everybody takes Georgia Southern.
I'll take Georgia Southern.
Indiana at Ohio State.
I'll take Indiana.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay. Buckeyes. You know, the Buckeyes do like a lot of great teams do. They look like they were going to get beat, and then they find a way to beat you.
94 yards at the
Drive.
out late in the fourth quarter, and it was a championship drive. That right there will win the Big Ten.
No question about it.
If they can beat Michigan.
Oh, they'll beat Michigan.
And North Carolina State's still undefeated, aren't they?
Yeah.
In the Atlantic Coast, huh?
They're undefeated.
Yeah, are they playing at Boston College? Look out.
No, this game's at North Carolina State.
Oh, Mike.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here on Scores and Odds.
Wolfpack then. I changed my pick on that one.
I'm going to take NC State as well. Boston College has only lost one game, though.
I had originally take Boston College, but I'm scratching them out because you got the...
Oh, yeah, I'm looking. Well, if you look at this right here.
See, they're in the
Caps. Carolina,
they're
that's right.
That's
I got you. Well, I took North Carolina State anyway.
Who you like, Will?
I love Boston College.
Ooh.
I had them circled, too, until they flipped the field on me.
I know they got a good running back.
Well, I'll tell you right now, North Carolina State's a better football team than Boston College. I guarantee you they're going to win this game.
Boston College got some off-the-field issues.
You know, Finley, North Carolina State's quarterback's a Boise State transfer.
Yeah, give me North Carolina State. They're going to wear Boston. We'll just throwing that out.
Yeah, Boston College plays really good defense, too, though.
We'll find out. He likes Boston College, but
the next one, I'm taking the Gators in the swamp. Orgeron is going down.
I'm going to take LSU. I think Florida, the quarterback play is still struggling there. I'm going to take LSU.
You know, the way I look at it,
I'm not a big Franks fan.
I just think it's going to be a physical game, very physical, and I think LSU is much more physical than Florida. I'm taking LSU. How about you, Will?
LSU, that's one of my picks.
That's right, LSU. Okay.
You know, Joe Burrows has done pretty good.
Dan Mullen finally gets one feather in his cap this year. Everybody's on him all year.
Well, shoot, he beat Mississippi State last week.
Dan Mullen.
Mississippi State's lost going to lose 3 in a row when they lose to Auburn, so that's not going to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know how money talks, Dan Mullen went from making $4 million at Mississippi State to $5 million at Florida.
Yeah, he went from $4.5 at Mississippi State to $6 million at Florida.
$6 million then at Florida. He's making $6 million. Can you believe that?
His raise is more than I'll ever have in my lifetime.
Way more. Way more. Missouri at South Carolina, and
I've already said this is the last time I'm taking South Carolina. If they don't cover for me this week, I'm done.
This is my last time picking Muschamp too, right here.
You know, I was looking at this Missouri.
Who you liking this one, Will?
I like Missouri.
All right.
Me and you are on the exact opposite pick every time, Judge.
Ricky,
Big Mike's coming.
Ricky's gonna take South Carolina, and I'm gonna take Missouri.
Big Mike's coming to the Alabama-Missouri game next week.
All right, here we go. Maryland and.
I want to go to Alabama, Missouri, but I ain't got tickets yet. I've been trying to find some.
I tell you what, if it keeps on being hot like this, I don't know if I want to go.
Well, it's a night game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 6 o'clock kick.
I'm so ready for some fall.
I'll tell you what, though, Will, you got to go through metal detectors now in Bryant-Denny Stadium. It's the craziest thing ever.
Takes forever. This year.
Yeah.
Get there early.
Of course,
they might not make a judge go through a metal detector.
You know, homecoming.
They'll let me go through.
Yeah.
Homecoming at night. That's something. You know, you wouldn't think that normally. Okay, Maryland at Michigan, and Michigan, old khaki pants has turned them around pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah, this won't be a game.
I'll take Michigan.
Wins this one.
Who do you like, Neil?
I like Michigan.
All right, Will Matthews.
Michigan.
Yeah. Of course, a lot of people are hoping that somebody's gonna knock Michigan off. They've lost one game. Is that right?
Lost Notre Dame.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of Notre Dame at Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech just walloped Duke this past weekend, but Notre Dame's not Duke. Give me the Fighting Irish. The Fighting Irish.
This is my upset special. I'm taking Virginia Tech.
Okay, you taking Virginia Tech.
Yeah, Virginia Tech, they're starting quarterbacks out, but I'm going to go with Neil actually on this one. I'm taking Virginia Tech too. I guess I hate Notre Dame that much though, really.
Well, Virginia Tech at night's a pretty, they'll come out with some ugly uniform, and but those golden helmets of the Fighting Irish.
If Notre Dame's going to lose one, the rest of their.
I mean, you got to give Notre Dame credit. Their schedule is crazy, brutal.
Yeah, if they're going to lose it on the road if they lose.
They're not afraid to play people. You're exactly right.
Well, they don't have a choice being the independent. Who you like, Will?
I like Notre Dame. I think they'll win. I think it'll be close, but I think they'll win.
Yeah.
Virginia Tech blocks a punt late.
Notre Dame's got one of the best quarterbacks in the country. That guy is really good.
Yeah, they killed Stanford. I wasn't expecting that.
San Diego State at Boise State, and of course San Diego State's pretty good, but Boise on the blue field. Give me Boise on the blue field.
I'll take Boise too.
Yeah, the Aztecs. I don't know how good they are this year. They were really good.
They're pretty good.
I'll take Boise. I don't think they'll get beat the rest of the year.
We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with more of Pike County Ford's Picks of the Week right here on Channel 2, your favorite dial when it comes to sports. We'll be right back.
Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Line that we offer Blue Cross Blue Shield, we offer dental, we offer disability, we offer vision, we offer life insurance, cancer insurance. We also have a 401k where we match up to 4%, dollar per dollar up to 4%. We also have automatic trucks at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. If you go to a truck driving school, we'll reimburse you. And don't forget about the $1,000 sign-on bonus. Money! Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We help you save for your future.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Here at Town & Country, we are proud to be an American.
We've had you covered on the inside since 2005, and with our addition of Southern Grill and Patio, we now have you covered on the outside. Come see our great selection, where we make sure grilling and relaxing go hand in hand.
Are you girls ready?
We've been ready. Let's do this party. Shh, it's supposed to be pride.
So guys, is it time yet? Well, what's going on? It's a big celebration.
It's our 1-year anniversary.
The party is on.
Let's get this party started.
Party!
Thank you, Troy,
For your business and making our first year in Troy a huge success.
Surprise!
Just remember, nobody beats a Premier deal.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance, whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies. Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance needs.
Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, we're looking at another big week in high school and college football. Neil, of course, was had probably the best seat anybody had at the game last night. He carries the chain.
No, he doesn't carry the chain. You keep up with the stats, don't you?
I'm the statistician for the officials crew.
Okay, all right. Tell us what you do.
He grades them.
Well, yeah, and
what did they get last night?
Well, they did well. They did well. I keep up with the
penalties and all that.
Penalties and the foul reports. Who threw the flag? Where they threw it? When they threw it? What team it was on? What time? Did they throw it correctly? I'm the foul reporter for both head coaches and the Sun Belt.
Were you around Georgia State much, or was a lot of verbal abuse?
I'm on the home team first half, and then I flip over to the visiting team the second half. And Georgia State was a very under control sidelines.
Under control.
They were under control.
And the head coach, was he verbal or not?
Well, he was.
Yeah, you got to talk to those referees a little bit.
He was drenching wet with sweat.
Was he really?
I mean, just dripping on
It was.
His hat was, the sweat was dripping out of his hat.
You know, they say that the new stadium, with since it keeps all the sound in, but it keeps all the heat in too.
I believe it. It was boiling down there last night.
And then last week when they played the student side, they just said they couldn't bear it. The sun was so bad on them.
Yeah, it looked pretty bad for television last night.
On the east stands, just really hot.
I was upset about the crowd last night.
Yeah, what do you think? 17,000?
I was hoping we'd do better.
I couldn't see the home side, but now the student side was pretty full. But nobody else other than that.
Well, Georgia State brought their band and maybe 25 fans.
Yeah.
They don't really support their program.
But the band didn't play at halftime.
No, it was just a little pep band.
Yeah, I didn't like the whole thing.
Yeah, of course, Georgia State's a team you better watch because they've got a little money and
they took over Turner Field and
great
turned it into a football stadium.
Great facility.
Yeah, you were over there last year, weren't you?
Yeah, great facility. Okay, let's get back to college picks. UCLA at Washington. And everybody, including Will Matthews, thinks Washington's going to blow them out. Is that right?
The Huskies up in Seattle.
They're playing very well right now, no question about it.
I'm glad Auburn don't have to play them again.
What do you think, Will?
It's going to be 30, 40-point game at least.
Oh, really? Okay.
You know, it makes you wonder. You know, Chip Kelly had a lot of options to take over programs, and he took UCLA, and I don't know if that was a good decision or not.
Well, money. I bet they're paying him $5 million or more.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, they're paying him big, you know.
Yeah.
But
Hollywood. You know, they're right in the middle of Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
But Mike, let me tell you something about UCLA. UCLA is a private school. It's hard to get these borderline academic kids into UCLA.
Yeah. Now let me tell you, I'm gonna correct you here. Southern Cal is the private school. UCLA is the state school. It's called the University of California at Los Angeles.
Well,
I'm gonna have to correct you. Will.
Cal is a private school too.
No, that's what I'm saying. Now, University of California.
Go to Google.
University of California is a public school. That's the University of California. Cal.
Okay, I found this on the web for UCLA.
All right, let me look. Y'all keep talking. I'm gonna research.
It's the University of California at Los Angeles. And then Southern Cal is a private school, so is Stanford. You know, both of them are huge private schools.
Cal Berkeley's private school?
You know, Cal Berkeley's a state school. University of California. Very high academic, very liberal.
University of California, Los Angeles is a public research.
All right, Will, you owe me a cup of coffee, Will.
All right, check out Cal then.
All right, ask you. All right, okay, on Cal, yeah.
We've been to all of them before. I've been to Cal. I've been to Stanford.
The University of California is a public university.
That's right, Will. You lose again, Will. You losing all your credibility, Will.
We're trusting Google. We're trusting Google.
Well, it's a good one to trust. Okay, Will, this is the one that you tell us that Kentucky's going to get beat. They're playing at Texas A&M.
Yeah, I'm with
Texas A&M, listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. Texas A&M student body is on campus, 68,000 students. Wow. Can you believe that, Will Matthews?
Yeah, it's a big school.
The cadets will be kissing their dates.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You think they'll be kissing their dates? All right, Will, you like Texas A&M here, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, Kentucky's finally traveling. You know, they've had great success at home, blowing out Mississippi State late, and then really never close against South Carolina. I've been very impressed with Benny Stell, and offensive line, defensive line is really good for Kentucky. Of course, Kentucky has a really good season. Stoops might want to try to get out of there and get a bigger job, so Neil Brown would be a perfect fit there.
Well, Stoops is probably making $4 million. What do you think?
He is making exactly $4 million. We talked about that the other day.
You know, Michael, yesterday, Mike reported on all the salaries in the SEC. It's just amazing, Will.
I can't believe they're paying that offensive line coach Luke at Ole Miss at $3 million a year.
Yeah, can you believe they could have got him for $800,000 probably?
They could have got him for $1 million.
I mean, Luke, Luke's an interim coach, and they're paying him $3 million.
No, he got the full-time job.
They gave him the job.
Yep.
Boy, oh boy.
Well, you know they're on probation. I think this is going to be a really close game. A&M really struggled, against Arkansas. I'm going to take A&M. I think it's going to be like.
I like the Kentucky Wildcats.
Do you?
Yeah.
Who do you like, Will?
I like A&M.
Kentucky's going to keep the ball away from him with this Heisman Trophy running back.
Benny Snell.
And, okay, Iowa State at Oklahoma State, two Cowboy schools. And the biggest Cowboy school of them all is Oklahoma State. Iowa State is capable, but I'll take Oklahoma State.
You got a call coming, Mike.
All right, Will, I'll put you on hold a second. Good morning. You're on Today in L.A. How you doing?
Hey, Mike. Neil's Wally. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, Wallo?
This is Wally. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, man. I got a pick of the century for you.
All right, give it to us, Wally.
Pick of the century.
Yeah, Hawaii -3.5.
Hawaii.
The Fighting Rainbow Warriors.
All right, who they playing?
Yeah.
He don't know who they're playing.
They're playing Wyoming.
Playing Wyoming and Hawaii.
All right, at Hawaii, you're right. It's probably a pretty good one because it's hard to get used to flying over the ocean.
Hey, cut the Prozac in half next time.
Especially if you're
Warrior.
especially if you're a kid that's never flown before. How would you like to have to fly to Hawaii?
I'm telling you, Mike, they covered every game except one this year.
I know it.
Yeah, they didn't cover last
That
week.
was last
San
week.
Jose State. That's right.
But they got a quarterback. They say it's the real deal.
Yeah, they are, man. But that's a good pick.
Okay, well, we appreciate it, Wiley.
Hawaii. Hey, when you get that call at about 11:30 tonight, what's the halftime line on the Hawaii game?
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, enjoy the show, man.
I'll call my man.
Thank you, Wiley.
Show.
Appreciate it.
All right, see you. Bye.
Bye. All right, let's see. How do we get Will back? I can't see it.
Just hit line.
I think he dropped.
They probably had to go to the court.
No, we had him on hold, so he just
maybe he'll call
dropped
back.
it. Yeah. Okay. All right, here we go. Everybody take Oklahoma State.
I haven't mastered that three-way call yet.
Who they take?
I'll take Oklahoma State.
I'll take Boone Pickens.
I'll take Oklahoma State at home.
This is a shame because his Vandy, his alma mater, was the next pick.
Well, he'll call back. All right, Vandy at Georgia. The Georgia Bulldogs. A little bit of Vandy's 27-point underdog here. They're going to lose the game. Georgia's going to win it.
Yeah, Georgia wins by 2 touchdowns or maybe even 7.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize Kirby Smart's first year at Georgia, Vandy actually won at Georgia. So I'm sure Kirby Smart remembers that.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Georgia. Vandy might cover that line. I don't
The
know.
Army against the Navy. I know the Army at Air Force.
No, it's
Navy at Air Force.
Navy, what did I say?
Army.
Right now, Army's the best of the three. I'll take Navy over Air Force. Who do you like?
I'll take
what
Navy.
You doing with grabbing my pen there?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
The other one rolled over.
All right. Who do you like, Neil?
Midshipman.
Midshipman.
Although it's they're going all the way to Colorado.
Colorado, you're right.
But
College.
I think Navy's just that much better.
They have a Commanders Trophy War
Yeah.
for these games. I think Army is playing.
Right now, Army is playing better than anybody else, but of course they do it on the field. That's
It's
the
real
big thing.
strange the other day. The Army took Oklahoma to overtime, which was amazing for Army to do that. And then next thing you know, Army is on the road against Buffalo. I think it's maybe last weekend. Buffalo was a 7-point
They're
favorite.
good. Buffalo's good.
I didn't understand that.
Ball State is
Army,
good.
Army just killed them.
Yeah. I want to mention, speaking of Army, Troy is the Army is the smallest, the town there, West Point, New York, is the smallest Division 1A town in the country, and Troy is second as far as the size of the community.
Yeah.
But I was able to learn a lot about the Army, the cadets of Army, when Dr. McCrae and I went to the Nebraska game, and it's amazing some of the stories he's got to tell about being an athlete and having to do the same things that all the rest of the cadets do. The athletes don't get any kind of privilege at all. They're just like a regular student, and football is an extracurricular activity.
Yeah, everybody says if you're going to make a trip, you need to try to make a trip to an Army game. They say it's beautiful.
And of course, he still goes back to the Army-Navy game, and we'll be talking to him more when that game comes around. But everybody likes Navy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody likes Navy, and
I don't think Navy has a great team by any means.
But the thing about it, this will give you a good idea of why you see people still running the wishbone or the option. Navy, Air Force, and Army all run the same offense. Run the pretty much the same. Run the.
Don't you think they kind of have to do that with their skill set?
Yeah, but that's right. That's right. When Troy won the national championship under Chan Gailey in 84, they were good because they executed the wishbone, and very few people could stop it.
Mike Turk was good at it.
And nobody else was running it, and it was just the no-huddle wishbone, and they won 2 national championships with it. They won it in
One thing about them that was unique is if they had to throw, they had Titus Dixon and Greg
Oh,
Harris.
yeah, you're right.
Two legit 4-4.
And you look at Mike Turk, his hands were small as they could be, and they used an old Rollins football back then. And how he got his hand around the ball, I don't know, but he was very effective, no question. Okay, Texas versus Oklahoma. This game's played in Dallas.
Boomer Sooner.
The Red River shootout here.
Red River. The Red River.
Yeah, I'm the same way with you. I don't know where Michael is or Will's coming from with this Texas deal. I'll take
Texas
Oklahoma.
Is much improved, but they're not ready for Oklahoma. Kyler Murray is.
He is good.
Performing at top level.
He is a good one.
Yeah, I think Coach Herman. Of course, they had the brutal loss to Maryland, and they're playing a lot better football, but they struggled against Kansas State last week as well.
All right.
I'll take Oklahoma. I think it'll be a close game, though.
All right, Mike. Right now, of course, Herman was the top young coach out there that everybody wanted, and Texas gobbled him up, paying him a big salary. Right now, who would you think are the probably the top young coaches out there are the coaches that have a chance to be to move up?
Well, I think you got
financially,
of course, locally, Troy's own Neil Brown. You got Kiffin at Florida Atlantic. If an athletic director will take that chance, Norval at Memphis is a really good coach. Of course, they got beat by Tulane though. Clark at UAB is a good coach.
Yeah, he is.
I don't know. It might be a right fit situation for Clark, but. The guy at Boise is a great coach.
Yeah, he is a good coach.
Parsons only 40 years old.
But see, the thing about him,
I can't think of anything.
the guy at Boise, the problem there is
he's a Boise alum.
He's a Boise alum and all
played
that.
high school ball.
He probably makes $1 million, and he probably makes $1 million a year and just as happy as a lark. I don't know, but I tell you what,
Major Applewhite's at Houston, and
oh boy,
I don't think he's a big time coach.
I don't. He had some opportunities before. Yeah. Former Applewhite, did he play at Texas or Oklahoma? Texas.
He played at Texas. He's named after your favorite player, Major Ogle.
Major Ogle. Are you serious?
Yeah. His parents were huge Alabama fans.
And Major Ogilvie was a great one, no question. Played out at Mountain Brook.
Yeah, his son was playing at Mountain Brook, and he wasn't getting a lot of playing time, so he went to Bessemer Academy, and I think won a couple state championships.
Wiley's not on the line, but
I tell you, the guy at Sanford's a pretty good coach. If Sanford keeps on,
really
you might see Hatcher get another big time.
That's right, but they got beat this past weekend, Mike.
They got beat by Mercer. I don't know who they get beat by this past weekend.
No, I tell you who they got beat by, that other team in Atlanta. And you watch that team closely; they're really good. Better.
Kennesaw State.
Kennesaw State is going to be a good football team, no question about it. You talk about recruiting, and you talk about these towns, like Georgia State. Look at the small schools now that are in Atlanta. Atlanta is so big that you don't have to go anywhere else to recruit. I mean, there are players galore in Atlanta, and that's how these guys are able to put these teams together.
Well, I think that's what you're seeing with Kirby Smart. He's basically just locking up all these great Georgia talent. Of course, he did a great job getting Georgia kids to go to Alabama, but
he did.
Auburn, I think, has really been affected by it more than anybody.
Yeah, Auburn has traditionally recruited the west side of Georgia very effectively, and the last 5 years they're not getting as many as they used to.
No question about it.
Rodney Gardner is one of the best recruiters in the country, though he'll still get a few.
Okay, Kansas State at Baylor, and of course, Baylor is one of the sad stories out there. They were on top, and they did some things that they weren't supposed to do, and now they're trying to battle back.
I'm going to take Baylor. They've been close. Kansas State is falling on hard times. Is this the year that what's his name retires?
Bill Snyder.
Is this the year Snyder finally retires and Kansas State is falling on hard times? I'm taking Baylor. They're at home and they've been close. They finally get one.
Well, my preacher is very close to this.
Bill Snyder.
The Kansas State program, and
very close to Bill Snyder's age.
Of course, his grandson plays right guard for
Tyler Mitchell.
Yeah, Tyler Mitchell, and great young man. This old man, if you want to call him old man, how old is he? 80, 81?
78, I believe.
Oh, he's not so old then, I'm 71.
To be coaching Division I football.
But let me tell you this: they win a lot. They'll win 1 or 2 games every year. They're not supposed to win. I'm gonna say this is one of the weeks. I'll take Kansas State.
I'm gonna say Baylor. I think this is a situation where Matt Rule is starting to get his own guys in there, and he did a really good job at Temple, and I think Baylor will win this game.
Weren't we talking about some kind of player they got? This is a Baptist school, and we were talking.
No,
about,
we're talking about Matt Rule's.
Okay.
Reason he took the job. His dad was a preacher.
Okay, exactly. All right.
Of course, this is Pike County.
Neil, who do you like in this game, Neil?
I'll take the Baylor Bears.
Okay.
Of course, this is Pike County Ford's picks of the week. Dad's got this amazing cap over here that we can turn around here.
Yeah, no question about
Ricky's watching us out in Marshall today.
Exactly. And, of course, Ricky, I appreciate my hat. And, of course, ladies and gentlemen, Pike County Ford is dealing, believe you me, with a great selection of Ford trucks and, of course, new and used cars and trucks galore out at Pike County Ford on the bypass right here in Troy.
Ricky also sponsors my show, Sports Chat with Neil and Wally.
And that's let's promote that. Yeah, Sunday night at 6 or 7. 6 o'clock. That's a great show.
Of course, Wally gave us that great pick, Hawaii against Wyoming.
Yeah,
so,
ladies and gentlemen,
remember that as well.
If you want to lose your house, take.
He says on our show, this one will get you a boat.
Exactly right.
Of course, Wally's an artiste. Was at one of my best friend's house in Vestavia the other night in Birmingham, and
you saw Wally Folkart.
I saw the Lord's Supper that Wally did for Neil Green to share, and it was a really, really good painting.
Yeah.
Neil's very proud of it, Wally.
Yeah.
He's in his kitchen.
I tell you what, now Wally's got paintings all over the world.
I've got some good paintings of his.
I've actually got yours, Mike Amos legend, Troy Cable.
Oh yeah,
in my kitchen in Birmingham.
Florida State at Miami, and of course this game. Neil, what did it make you? The first thing that comes to your mind when you hear of Florida State and Miami?
Well, rivalry for sure.
Well, everybody on the show yesterday nailed it.
Wide left,
wide right. Just think of it. There were 2 national championships that Bobby Bowden could have won in Florida State if his field goal kicker had not kicked it wide right. You remember that?
Yeah.
And,
I always think about the amazing athletes. There was just a tremendous, amount of guys that made it to the next level and played NFL all these games. And, Taggart's going to get Florida State, I think rolling again, but it's not this year. I'm going to take Rick and Miami.
I would love to take Florida State here, but I'm taking the Miami Hurricanes.
I'm taking the Hurricanes as well.
And a lot of people don't.
Miami just got killed by LSU.
Yeah.
I wonder what their record will be at the end of the season.
Let me tell you a little story. That area that Miami is located in is probably one of the top recruiting areas in the country. Out of Miami, just loads and loads of good football players. But the problem is that they lose a lot of those good players because Miami averages probably 35 to maybe possibly 40,000. And then they see where Alabama, Auburn, LSU draw right at 100,000 a game. Football is just not the main thing down in Miami. It's fishing and laying in the sun.
It's South Beach, man.
Exactly right. And, of course...
is Miami a private school?
Yes, it is.
They are. Yes.
Of course, they're in Coral Gables, which is one of the ritziest areas in Miami.
No question about it. You're exactly right. See if you can plug in that Crimson Tide there.
I'll tell you what, man. We might have to get you some new toys here.
All right, now back away. The Crimson Tide of Alabama. And they're in Fayetteville, Arkansas tomorrow morning. And it's 11 o'clock kickoff.
If Mary Prater Amos is watching this morning, go Tua.
Yeah, Tua.
She loves Tua.
But Tua will be in Arkansas this weekend. Don't give much of a chance. That game, though, can be seen right here on Troy Cablevision.
11 o'clock.
Starting at 11 o'clock. And go, Bama, go.
Alabama is a 35-point favorite, and I'll be honest with you, these lines out in Vegas are crazy. Arkansas is playing a little bit better, but I mean, it's just a matter of how long will Tua play. You know, will he make it, you know, a half? Will he make it into the third quarter?
Yeah.
Of course, Jalen Hurts is playing pretty well as well, but you know, Alabama's third and fourth string, fifth string are horrible. So Arkansas might score a couple of late touchdowns, but
what is the line?
They're just young and
well, I mean, they give up a lot of points. I mean, if you're
what is the line? The line on this
mine's
game?
35. Because
35
Lafayette game, Alabama was up 49-0 at the half. They only scored one touchdown in the second half and give up two touchdowns late.
I think you can take Arkansas here.
I think Alabama will probably win the game. I think they'll be in the 50s again, but I wouldn't be surprised Arkansas scored 17 points.
What do you think, Neil?
I take Alabama to win the game easily. If I was going to bet on it, I'd probably take the points. Like Mike said, that second and third string has been giving up a touchdown or a touchdown to field goal.
Yeah.
And
well, you know, they gave up 200 yards rushing to Louisiana Lafayette. So they're not so totally.
You know, a guy called in the radio show yesterday, and it makes sense. You know, when you're bringing in Hurts, especially Mac Jones, you know, once you run your offense, you know, nobody wants to keep on watching a game when you're just handing it off left and right. You know, let Mac Jones throw the ball.
And let me tell you this.
He needs to get some experience.
I'll tell you something else. We're going to go to a couple of more games before we get to the Auburn game, and of course that's going to be the one we're going to have a tiebreaker. But how about this discussion about fans going to the Alabama game? Have you seen that?
Not so much fans.
I mean, students. Yeah, students.
It was horrible on TV.
And you know, I'm gonna tell you, the other day when Troy was playing in the day, 2:30 kickoff. I mean, people were just burning slam up on the east side over there because the sun was just beaming right in there. Yeah. And I tell you, there were people getting sick. I mean, girls, almost fainting over there.
I heard a story one did faint.
Yeah, and of course, you can't expect them to hang out the whole ball game.
It comes down to schedule, though. I mean, I love Coach Saban more than anybody. I mean, what he's doing at University of Alabama is incredible, but you got to schedule better games.
I think so,
who wants to watch Lafayette? Who wants to watch Arkansas State?
Yeah.
Citadel, Texas. I need to just go ahead and throw those on the ground right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, Saban, I will say, has been the only coach in the SEC that wants to go to a 9-game SEC schedule.
Michael almost.
And I would love to go to a 9-game SEC schedule because we've had season tickets for years. But, these games against the Citadels and the Kent State.
You like the fainted last week when your sister called and said.
She sold our tickets. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. But you gotta. I know they play the neutral site games, which is great. I love playing USC. I love playing Michigan, and we've had great times going to Atlanta and watching games. But you got to start playing these games at home.
Well, look at Notre Dame. Everybody talks about Notre Dame. One thing about Notre Dame, they play, you look at their schedule, and Southern Cal's got a tough schedule. You know what I'm saying? They play the top teams.
Yeah.
And of course, you're right. It's a money thing.
Trust me, the formula's work for Nick Saban.
Yeah.
He won 5 national championships. He's doing something right.
UAB at La Tech, and I hate to say this, I just am not for UAB. I don't know why. They're a rival of ours.
I'm taking Tech.
I'm gonna take La Tech.
You say that because the last time UAB and Bill Clark played Troy, they beat Troy by 30 points. They had the Howard kid, who's the starting running back for the Chicago Bears.
And
of course, Chuck Dunn was a linebacker coach on that team.
Where did the Howard kid come from?
He came from Gardendale.
Gardendale, I got you.
And that's one of the craziest stories of all time. The Howard kid put up 1,800 yards at UAB. So UAB disbands their program. So this kid could have gone to any college he wanted to. Any college he wanted to. Auburn and Alabama, nobody even gave him a chance in the South. He ends up going to Indiana and rushes for almost 1,800 yards. So that's really an amazing story. I like Coach Clark. I've met him a couple times. Super nice guy. But La Tech, I'm going to take Lou Holtz' son.
Of course, everybody's taking Skip Holtz, and I miss Lou Holtz. Don't y'all? I enjoyed Lou Holtz.
I did too.
Mike Amon sitting in the middle and taking over here, ladies and gentlemen.
I look a little different.
Let's see. We got 280, 300, and 250.
That's real sweet.
and
I like 286, man.
In fact, the whole studio is starting to rock a little bit. But no,
starting offensive line.
no, I tell you somebody I've been rooting for. I never have rooted for Nebraska before, but I've been rooting for them ever since Troy played up there. The people are just super nice. I mean, you hear more and more about it. But, I mean, really, you'll have 15, 20 people just say, hey, great game, great game. You know, if you don't hear that when Troy loses, great game, great game.
You don't hear that in Tuscaloosa.
That's right. You don't hear it anywhere. But I would love to take Nebraska here, but Wisconsin's going to kill them.
Yeah, Wisconsin has lost one game at home, but not this week. I'll take Wisconsin too.
Yeah, Wisconsin's bounced back from that, crazy loss to BYU. I still can't believe that game. Of course, the kicker missed one before, but I guess in the tie to go into overtime.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, I forgot to tell y'all, Ricky took Arkansas.
Okay, Ricky.
He can't stand it.
Ricky, you're struggling.
All right, now let me tell you this. People love Alabama, and some people hate Alabama. And he's from Texas, and he's got every right. He don't want Alabama to win any game, just like an Auburn guy.
Yeah, I noticed he doesn't even pick that, does he?
Exactly. Hand me that guy over there. Hey, pass me the big tiger. Ladies and gentlemen, the Auburn Tigers, War Eagle. As the Auburn Tigers, it's a wake-up call for all of you out there that stayed in today instead of going on to work.
There's a lot of people just getting
But
that.
Auburn has a 6:30 kickoff date from Starkville, Mississippi. It's Auburn and Mississippi State tomorrow night, 6:30, prime time. Should be a great football game. Who do you like, Neil Armstrong? Who do you like?
Well, all the people are on the sports talk radios and sports talk shows bashing Gus and bashing Auburn about they can't play offense, they can't block nobody. Well, they've only lost one game, and it's to the number 5 team in the nation.
I know
One
it.
point.
No, they gave away.
So I'm not so ready to give up on Auburn yet this year, even though they have not been impressive.
Yeah.
They beat Mississippi State 24-18.
I talked about this as well. I still think Fitzgerald's not 100% back from that injury. I mean, that was a devastating injury, and he's never been able to throw the ball.
He got suspended for some team rule.
He has no touch. Thompson won the bowl game against Louisville, and then he was the starter of the
Michael
first
does
game.
not like this guy. He does not like Fitzgerald.
I just don't think Moorhead's making a good decision here. I think Mississippi State's defensive front is going to give Auburn some fits, but I think overall Stidham will make enough big throws, and I think Auburn will win this game.
Stidham to Slayton wins the game.
Yeah, I think Auburn will win this game somewhere around 24-13.
Yeah. This line was what? 3-2-3, something like that. What is it?
It's right around 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you did have to, now listen, if you had to bet your house on any game this week, I'd take the Auburn Tigers. That is a great line. Auburn's, let me tell you, Auburn is always good when you don't expect them to be good. And a lot of people think that Mississippi State's going to play them tough. Auburn will win this game and win it big. So
you got to remember last year, Auburn
if
beat
you've
Mississippi
got
about,
to
what,
bet
50?
your house on it, this is one you'd want to bet on right here.
I'll say this. If Moorhead loses this game, there's going to be a lot of people in Starkville shaking their head about this hire.
My prediction is 28-24 Auburn.
I don't think State can score 24 points against Auburn.
And, well, maybe not. Maybe not.
I mean, I will say this. If he can't win with the players he's got now at Mississippi State, he'll never be able to win.
Yeah.
Because he is loaded. Mullen left
the cupboard full. That's no doubt.
Yeah. So. And now, by watching our show, the reason he left the cupboard full was because he got $2 more million a year and a big, lengthy contract.
Well, of course, he won 2 national championships as offense coordinator in Florida. He coached Tebow.
Yeah. Here it is, and, of course, we've got a few more minutes. We appreciate Pike County Ford being our strong sponsor, and also want to mention our good friends over at Trojan Auto Parts, Mike Kilcrease and the gang over there, great people. We were talking yesterday about salaries, and Jimbo, we talk about all of these folks here, and then you talk about Jimbo Fisher. Tell him what kind of deal he got.
He got $75 million guaranteed.
$75 million. He could walk away today and still get his $75 million. Is that right?
Yes, I can.
Isn't that scary to know that people would do that? Give a guy a contract like that.
That's how big a business college football is.
Texas A&M's a special place. I mean, Franchione left Alabama for A&M, and of course Fisher left Florida State for A&M.
Jack and Cheryl coached at A&M. Bear Bryant coached at A&M. I tell you who was there for a long time. What was his name?
R.C. Slocum.
R.C. Slocum was there for a long time.
Yeah, Stallings was there in the 60s.
And of course, when it comes to Texas, Texas had all that glory for all those years. And Texas A&M was a whipping boy. But ladies and gentlemen, it is one of the largest college campuses in America. They spend more money on athletics than anybody else in America. They got more money. And they also have a band that marches over 550 people. I think it's mostly male band. And they got these great horses. It is a huge thing for Texas A&M to use one of your horses in their parade.
That's one of the few stadiums you haven't been to, have you?
That's right. They have a parade.
Why don't we try to go to College Station next year? Watch Alabama A&M.
It would be fun. It would be fun.
We might get Don Maestri to get us tickets. Of course, he's not there anymore. Coach Maestri's up in
Don's out of it and lives in Tuscaloosa now, and one of the great people of all time. Had a great interview with
Ben
Fletcher this week. And, of course, Troy basketball is getting ready. And, Neil, do you go to a lot of Troy basketball games?
Not as many as I should.
Well, I tell you what.
I probably go to about half the home games.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, no question
about it.
Well,
it's hard to get a seat.
Of course, remember, Neil will be doing Charles Simpson football, and you can watch them right here on Troy Cable every Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. And
Dad, I called a Charles Henderson Greenville game with you one time, and we were in the press box doing the game.
But it's not an easy press box to
work. It was real tight.
Real tight, no question about it. But it's going to be a good game, a big area game, Charles Henderson. Also in Goshen tonight, Luverne and Goshen. And then a big game down in Brundage with Pike County going up against Providence. So a lot of good football in the area.
It really is.
Yeah, I want to thank Sisters yesterday. I had a great lunch out there. I took
where I'm going today.
My little daughter Mary Prater and my mom, and my daughter loved it. So good to see Pat and talk to her, and I saw Bear's out there.
Yeah, Bear looks great. You're right.
And, of course, I want to mention P.S. Falk Furniture, Andy Falk, good friend of Neil's, good friend of mine. Anybody want unique driftwood, teakwood furniture, go to Enterprise. Andy's got so much cool stuff down there. A lot of it goes down to the beach, but Andy's been a good sponsor of ours for a long time.
Yeah, no question about it. We appreciate all of our sponsors so much, and appreciate you even more for watching our show. Of course, Neil show Sunday night at 6 o'clock on Channel 2.
Neil and Wally.
And
about to go see Bird's Drugs and get a chocolate milkshake.
Well, I'm going.
No, I get chocolate milkshakes for breakfast.
I invite the whole group here on our set
to go their bacon is
breakfast.
Unbelievable.
We're going to go eat breakfast there right now at Bird Drugs on the square in downtown Troy. Hope you have a great weekend. I hope your favorite team wins. Go Charles Henderson Trojans.
Go Trojans.
Still alive.